Mom who has started her fitness journey, but the plans that you get are typically leading you to burnout more than they're leading to increasing your energy. Perhaps they're leading you to feeling more stressed and just feeling like you can't keep up with it. Chances are that it's probably not you. It may just be the plan that you're following along with. So, today I want to talk about why most traditional workout plans are failing us as moms. And this is a hefty topic, something that I never really considered until I became a mom. And it's been a game changer to really learn about the intricate needs that we as moms have so that we can really be on our way to success when it comes to our health and fitness journey. So, usually, when moms are handed workout plans, I'll say 9 times out of 10, they're very generic. They're very just outlined to, work out for this amount of time, do this many sets and reps, and they don't really change along with our unique cycle as women. So, of course, us as women are much different than men. God made us in a way to where we have menstrual cycles and we have different times of the month where our hormones may be up one day and the next day they shift dramatically depending on what phase of our cycle we are in. And this is something that I see many moms struggle with because they start these workout plans and then soon into them, they realize that they really can't keep up. And they realize that it's unsustainable and just that they're simply not tailored to your season of motherhood. So let's talk about the first reason why most of these traditional workout plans are just unsustainable for moms. And so the first reason I want to talk about is the fact that they don't account for our hormonal fluctuations. So this is really, really important because, women are starting to learn more and more about their cycles, learn about cycle syncing your workouts. I actually made a video on this not too long ago, but it's something that's very important to consider, especially as moms when you're freshly postpartum, really no matter what stage of motherhood that you're in, but your energy levels, your needs, the demands on your body, they change significantly once you become a mom. So that's the number one thing that's lacking within most traditional workout plans is that they don't account for hormonal changes in women and in particularly moms. So one of the hormones that's really important to just be aware of, and that is cortisol. So cortisol, if you're not aware of how certain things, activities, situations, whatever the case may be, can trigger cortisol spikes, especially during your workouts and how you choose to work out throughout the week, then this can actually lead to you being more stressed than you should be. And it can also lead to increased fatigue as well. Because when you're not aware of that cortisol hormone, and say you're just doing high intensity workouts all week, or maybe you're going to boot camp classes all week that are just super high intensity, there's really no breaks. Um, Usually the instructors aren't even able to really pay attention to the women's form, individually because there's just one teacher and there's usually many women. Things like this is really what can lead to working out and maintaining your health and fitness as a mom feel virtually impossible. So that's the first thing that I want to highlight. This can also lead to, just to finish off with this point, this can actually lead to your baby weight and stubborn fat sticking to you like glue rather than you losing it. Because if you're constantly putting your body under a state of stress by not being aware of your cycle, if you're going a little harder than you should be going, then this can actually lead your body to get into a survival mode and want to hold on and cling to that fat that you're trying to lose. So it's very, very vital and important to be aware of these hormonal fluctuations so that you can ultimately be set up for success in your health and fitness journey. So, the second point I want to highlight is the fact that they're unreal. Oh, excuse me. I also want to highlight the fact that many workout plans that moms just get tossed are highly unrealistic and they're not tailored to your ever changing life as a mom. So, this is a really important thing to hone in on because many times moms are just handed workout plans that are, like I was saying earlier, just unsustainable. Maybe they're an hour long, but you can only work out for 30 minutes, or maybe they're super high intensity and you know that you really don't have the energy to be putting into those high intensity workouts. And so this can lead to burnout very quickly. And when it leads to burnout rather than empowering you, then this can lead to you plateauing in your fitness journey and just even worse, just giving up altogether. So we want to make sure that those fitness plans that we're following, that they are aligned with our season of motherhood and that they are changing as we progress through motherhood, as our hormones progress and things like that. So that's something really important to keep in mind as well. And of course, I just wanted to highlight that God created us fearfully and wonderfully. In Psalm 139, it says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And as women, we need to be aware of that we're not just small men. I'm actually reading this book here. It's called Roar by Stacy T. Sims. And she's actually the leading expert in just knowing women's physiology and knowing how to work with your physiology as a woman as opposed to against it. And so I'm really loving reading her book. And she doesn't really mention God or anything like that, but obviously I know and that God created us, right, as women, and we are to be aware of our needs as women and our hormonal fluctuations and the fact that we have cycles and we have different intricate needs as women. So that's something that we really need to be aware of. And we don't want to work against our bodies. We want to work with our bodies. So I actually teach a lot of this inside of my coaching programs. I mean, I teach from top to bottom the things that we need as women. So we're talking hormones. We're talking tracking your cycle. We're talking different forms of workout for different seasons of motherhood that actually are realistic and fit in with your season of motherhood. I talk about the whole nine. So if you're ready to jump inside, I encourage you to get in touch with me. I'm actually going to be starting a 5-day rhythm reset challenge. And this is specifically for moms that are looking to just completely refresh and reset your health and fitness. And nothing is going to be left out. So we're talking how you can meal prep efficiently as a mom without stressing out in the kitchen. We're talking workouts that could be as little as 10 minutes, but can be energizing and refreshing and exactly what you need as a mom. So if you guys are interested, then I left the link down in the description box below and get on the waiting list. I encourage you guys, if you're ready for just a fresh start, then I think it's going to be exactly what you need. So what can we do instead? So after I highlighted the main issues with many of the traditional fitness plans for women, or for moms in particular, instead we could focus on tracking our cycle. So the benefits of tracking your cycle is you can know based off your hormonal fluctuations when your energy levels are going to be the highest, when they're probably going to be the lowest. So what does that mean? That means you'll know when you should go harder in your workouts, when you should take it a bit easier in your workouts. And this is actually going to be so beneficial, not just for your energy levels and your stress levels, but it's also going to benefit your gains as well. So if you're looking to gain muscle, if you're looking to lose body fat, knowing and understanding your cycle is going to be an absolute game changer. So another thing that you can do, maybe you're a postpartum mom who hasn't gotten her cycle back yet, or maybe you're in a perimenopause phase or a menopause phase. And in that case, I think tracking your overall mood and energy levels on a day-to-day basis can also help you to tailor a workout plan. And like I said, this is exactly what I'm doing inside of my exclusive coaching program, tailoring workouts that are specific to your needs as a mom, no matter what season of motherhood you're in. But that's a great thing that you can do as well. So just be aware of your energy levels. If you're feeling energized for the day, then maybe that's a day that you can go a little harder in your workout routine. Maybe you can do some sprint interval training or lift heavier weights. And so that's a really great way that you can just work with your body rather than against it, is to just do movements that are going with how you're feeling. So yeah, that's what I'm actively learning how to do that. You know, our bodies are always changing and always different. And I just love learning about, you know, how you can work with your body rather than against it. So yeah, like I said, I would love for you guys to join the 5-day rhythm reset challenge if you would like. And I can't see. Yeah, the baby just opened. Oh, okay. I see the comments. Yeah, that's essentially all I have for you guys today. So if you guys have any questions, I want to open it up to Q&A for a few minutes. And yeah, I'm really excited about starting my coaching journey. So anyone who has followed me, I was kind of trying to figure out my niche on my channel, you know, as becoming a mom and just having more time to be able to put into creating content. And so I didn't really know what type of content I wanted to make or what direction I wanted to go with my channel. But as time went on, I just felt God reminding me, like, Brianne, before you got pregnant, before you got married, you were so passionate about coaching. You were so passionate about helping women in particular, because, you know, those were mainly my clients when I worked in the gym. And I was so passionate about it. And so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go back into coaching, and that's going to be the main topics that I talk about here on this channel. You know, a faith-centered, physiological driven coaching. I don't know the word. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be totally tailored to the needs of moms. And in particular, that's who my focus is. I'm focusing on moms because as a new mom, this is so near and dear to my heart. And so I'm really excited. And I hope that you guys will follow along with me and also join in. If you know, man, I could really use that reset, or I could really use, like, oh, thank you, Bree. Oh, and another Bree. You know, if you know that that's you, then just don't hesitate to join. The challenge that I'm opening the floor to is completely free. And I'll just say it's not going to stay that way, because as I actually get, you know, women that do it and feedback from women, then I'm going to start charging for the challenge, because, you know, I have every right to do that. And I think when God aligns you with your purpose and he sets you up with your provision, then, you know, God is just continuously downloading, you know, my value and everybody else's value. Like, we are so valuable as human beings. We really don't even understand how valuable we are. And ever since I left the workplace, you know, because I got pregnant and, you know, we had our first baby girl, my husband and I, this led me on a journey to just be creative with my time. And it left me with more time to just think about the fact that, like, we are so valuable as humans. And we tend to settle for less far too often, you know, and we tend to undermine our expertise as well. Like, something I've been just really thinking about lately is the fact that just because it comes naturally to one person doesn't mean that it comes naturally to everybody else. So people may see you and they see your gifts and your calling and they're like, "Wow, like that's amazing. Like I can't believe you can do that, you know? Can you help me with that?" And to you it's just like, it ain't really a thing, but a chicken wing, I'm just I'm just doing my thing. But it really just shows and highlights that we are unique. Each one of us are unique and different and set apart for a specific assignment, which is what I believe, you know, as being a Christian. And God has just highlighted to me that this is my assignment. So I want to help as many moms as possible, as humanly possible. And we're coming from a faith based approach. So this isn't just a generic, like, there will be science involved, of course, because I believe God blessed us with science, but it's going to be more than that. It's going to be, how's your walk with the Lord? Because if you're stressing out all the time, if you can't stay consistent and you just feel like you have the whole world on your shoulders every day as a mom, we have to fix that. And we can fix that with the Lord. I was going to say we can fix that. But truthfully, we need to cast our cares upon the Lord and know that He's our strength. So I say all that to say, God bless you guys. I plan on going live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I will see you guys on the next live. Have a blessed day.